Hello, good afternoon. Hi, everyone. Welcome to this live stream. And this afternoon, this morning, this evening, for some of you, we will be looking at goal setting for our own personal development. I'm sure for those of you that have been following me, you've heard me talk a lot about coaching ourselves for success. So this time I'm coming live to talk about goal setting for personal development. You realize I'm not talking about career development. I'm talking about personal development. And this is larger than just career development. What we are looking at here is a wholesome individual. How do we develop ourselves? How do we not live our life to chance, but work on developing ourselves? So I will go straight to my videos. My name is Polly Mwangi. I'm a human capital consultant. I am HR generalist. I have done all spectrum of human resource, but I'm currently mostly focusing on training. So let's go straight to my slides. And what we will be looking at is what is the importance of goal setting for your personal development. Then I'll be using a tool called the Wheel of Life. Then we will look at setting smart goals. Then talk about the personal development plan. Then look at advantages of goal setting. And I'll also look a little bit about clarity. What is clarity in as far as our goal setting is concerned? So the importance of goal setting in your personal development. First of all, when talking about personal development, we are looking at inward development, focusing on ways to better yourself. I'm sure you all want to be better. And I keep saying being better today than we were yesterday. So we are looking at personal development, looking at the inward, the person. Do we understand ourselves? Do we know where we are going? Do we know who we need on this journey? Then personal development also increases your self-awareness, your self-esteem, your skills, and fulfills your aspirations because you already have something you are looking forward to. What is it? So, how do you work on your personal development to ensure that your skills are increasing and you're on your way to fulfilling your aspirations? Are we looking at the Maslow's law here? Probably. Self-actualization. We never quite get there, but we get close there. It has to be very intentional. So I'm looking at Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Need to fulfill basic needs to reach fullest potential or self-actualization. And that's why it is important. You just don't live your life like that. You set goals that are smart so that you go on this journey of being a better person. I talked about the wheel of life. And in the wheel of life, I'm looking at the wholesome individual. So I will look at health. I'll look at financial. I'll look at career. So it is part of the things we'll be focusing on. Then about contribution to society, to community. How does that look like? Relationships, recreation, spirituality. I'm sure you've heard me talk about spirituality in my channel. So, in as far as setting smart goals is concerned, we must be specific. Remember, we are working on ourselves. It is goal setting for our own personal development. So we are setting smart goals. So they are significant, and they are specific. For example, if I want to be a learning and development leader, that is what I will work on. If I want to be a learning and development director, that is what I will work on. I will go out there and research, what do other learning and development directors possess? How did they get to those seats? So what is it that I need to work on to get to where they are? That is simply what you do based on where you are going. You can't set goals if you do not know where you are going. So they are measurable and meaningful. They are measurable. You will know when you are getting on the right track, because you will say, for me to be this learning and development leader, I probably need an MBA. I probably need certification in this. So it is meaningful. It is measurable. You will know when you are on the right track. You will know when you are not on the right track. They are attainable and action oriented. You have broken them down into actions, into small activities. And every day you wake up, you're working hard to ensure that you are on the right track. They are relevant. I also call them rewarding, realistic. You're having fun while working on your own self-development, because you realize you are on the road to your self-actualization, because you are not being forced by anybody. Remember, you have to be intentional. It is your life. It is your growth. They are time-bound. They are trackable. So if, for example, you have said this year, I will acquire this certification. So you set it up in January. In terms of working on this certification, you require money. So you have started saving the money. You have looked for the company that you will do the certification with. Then you have set a time for you to work on this, on the courses or the training that requires to be done. Let me tell you, nobody ever moved ahead without some work. You could call it smart work, you could call it hard work, but nobody moves ahead without putting in some activity. You have to do some work to achieve that which you are looking forward to achieving. Then in terms of health, remember, it's in the wheel of life. We are looking at our own personal development. And health is a big part of developing ourselves. Because if you are feeling sick, you cannot even work. You cannot even set those smart goals. You cannot even work smart if you have a health problem. When it comes to health, what are we looking at? A healthy body nourishes a healthy mind. Get adequate rest or relax your body and mind. Make sure that you set a time for that. Get regular physical activity and adopt healthy eating habits. When I talk about physical activity, some people will tell me, oh, I can't enroll in a gym. Oh, it is expensive to do ABCD. You don't have to do that. You can walk. Make it a habit. Remember, it is your life you're working on. So get regular physical activity, not go to the gym. I don't go to the gym myself, but I make sure I walk for half an hour every morning. Be free of dependence. You know, some of us are very dependent. We depend on people so much. And I've been asking this question, and sometimes I appear rude. Who are you? Minus the company that you work for. Who are you? Minus the Mrs. in the front of your name. So who are you? Can you be free of dependence so that you are able to work on yourself, work on your development, know that you can rely on yourself? Then take time daily for spiritual renewal. If you are a Christian, if you are a Muslim, whatever religion you are in, plan some quiet time each day. You will read, you will pray, you will meditate, and seek spiritual renewal. We are working on a wholesome individual. And all these things are intertwined. Spend quality time with family or friends daily. Be a supportive friend. Be a supportive mother. Be a supportive relative or spouse. Take time, spend time, quality time with the people that you love. Choose always to see the bright side of life and be happy. Create that happy place. Remember, if you don't create it for yourself, nobody will. So be positive. I have talked about avoiding negativity. So if you are creating a happy place for yourself, you are also avoiding negativity. So that will help you maintain a cheerful, hopeful outlook in life. Remember, you have set goals and you are working on your goals. So you must be positive to be able to work on those goals. Then financial goals. Review your current position. What do you owe? What do you own? In terms of your net worth, are you able to do your assets minus liabilities? What number comes? Isn't that your net worth? So it is important that you are also aware where you are at financially. And you are putting a financial strategy, short term, mid term, long term. And you are saving. I've been talking a lot about saving money from your small enterprise, from your salary, starting an emergency fund, because life is unpredictable. So it's important that we get prepared. Don't be caught unprepared, that you have no money or you have no housing. You are caught and you have been working for a while. So it is important. Manage your debt, especially when you are working and you haven't lost your job unceremoniously. You should manage that debt and save for retirement. For the young people who are in their 20s, in their 30s, they are telling me, oh, I'm too far away from retirement. Let me tell you, I also thought I was too far away from retirement. It has come. And so whatever I will use is what I saved. If I didn't put up a home, then I'll be caught up that way because retirement is already here. So I am advising young people, do the things I didn't do, like saving 20%. In fact, when it comes to this financial planning, I've been talking a lot and telling people, only spend 50% on the things that are a necessity. Set maybe 30% for things that are not a need, they are wants. Then 20% is for your saving. So it doesn't matter how much money you are earning. Make sure that 20% is put aside for your saving. There will be the emergency fund, you are saving for retirement. Remember, if you start early, 10% of your saving, if you start early, regardless of how much you are earning, if you have worked 3 decades like myself, it is a lot of money. But get into that habit. So get intentional, even in your financial planning. If you can, get different streams of income. Budget, restrict expenditure. Remember, we are talking about setting goals for our personal development. So even in terms of finances, you will not just spend anyhow. You will have a budget. So if you have a budget for entertainment and you go out to wherever you go during the first week, you exhaust that budget. You won't go out there and get money from other streams. You will wait until your other money comes so that you are disciplined. Remember, we are being very intentional in everything, in every aspect of our life. Then let's talk about career development. We must define, identify, select, implement, evaluate our career development plan. Why am I talking about these things? Because you know where you are going. You know what you want. Some people may even be interested in changing a career. So if you are changing a career from what you have been doing, you have to define what it is you are looking forward to doing. You have to identify this other career that you are looking at. Then you have to select a plan that works to make sure that you get to the career you are looking forward to. And then you have to implement. You have to set those smart goals for implementation towards your career development. Be committed to the plan. And that's why we talked about trackable goals. They are trackable. You know, in January, this is what you need to do. By June, this is what you will have done. It is your career. These are your goals. So you must be committed to the plan. Then avoid comparing yourself with others. I have learned that if you compare yourself with others, you really cannot focus on your goals. So learn to avoid comparing yourself with other people. The only person you can compare yourself with is the person you were yesterday, the person you were last year. Then set small challenges so that you go breaking the challenges one by one, and you will feel you're going somewhere. You are tracking progress. You are tracking success. You are resilient. You are persistent. And you are celebrating your victories. If you win, you have won and you celebrate yourself. Take yourself out and have that celebration. Sometimes people will not celebrate you. So if you wait for people to celebrate you, you might wait for a long time. Remember, these are your goals. So when you have finished certain milestones, you need to celebrate those victories. It is important, if you can, work with a coach, work with a mentor, or an accountability partner, so that as you track on your goals, somebody can tell you, are you tracking right? Or this is not what you had agreed to do? Or do you need help? Have somebody that you can work with. Then in terms of contribution, what am I looking at? There's happiness in helping others. I'm sure you've seen that I get excited when I talk about this happiness in helping others. I'm sure you have been helped at a certain point and you are very excited. So happiness is in helping others. Make sure even out of that salary, there is something for social connectivity, social connection, assisting somebody, paying some school fees somewhere, buying food stuff for some people somewhere that are needy. So contribution evokes gratitude. It is very contagious and has a ripple effect, and it improves the community. And when I talk about it being contagious, like I have made a point of helping a few people here and there, even paying school fees here and there. Now I have seen the people that I live with, especially my daughters, I have seen they are really wanting to help. And that's why I say helping has a ripple effect. The people you are with, your friends, if you do that, they will also want to do that. Your family members. And it improves the community. So as you plan your goals, make sure there's something small I won't talk about a percent. That one is for you to decide. Make sure there is a certain contribution. Then relationships. We are not leaving anything to chance, even with our relationships. We are setting goals for that. Do we have time for them? What is our contribution to, say, family, partner, spouse, children, parents, siblings, friends, and others? When do we communicate? How do we communicate? We must compromise on certain things, and we must get committed to those relationships. I'm sure you have seen relationships that are so toxic. So if you have goals, then you know what relationships you can keep and the relationships that you can't keep. Because those toxic relationships will stop you from working on the goals that you have set. So be very careful of the relationships that you are keeping. And that's why it is on this wheel of life. As we set goals for our careers, for our finances, for our spirituality, for everything else that we have, including our career, relationships are part of that. Recreation, that is physical activities. That is sports, games, fitness. And I have said you don't have to spend money on those things. Where I live, I see people even running. I think they're involved in marathons or different things. So you do not have to spend money on those things. Then social activities with those friends, family, and different people. You can have a party, you can have picnics, different things. You don't have to spend money. You just need to be organized and plan. Camping, outdoor games, go for trips, different things for recreation. We are not only going to work on our career and work every other day. We must also have recreation in our plan. If we are able to do some activities like painting, ceramics, woodworking, knitting. I see people have gone back to knitting. Just look for something so that you take a break from now that career development, from the financial planning. What makes you happy? Sitting, watching a movie, or going out and watching a movie, or going out and walking with a friend, or doing gardening, different things for recreation. Spirituality. So we are allocating some time for our prayers. We are active members of the communities that we work in, the church. Sometimes I tell you things that I am also learning to do because I haven't done them. And I don't want to say here that I have been busy. You can't say you have been busy to take part in some church activities. Making daily prayer a habit, keeping a spiritual journal. Are you writing down the things that you are learning? Are you practicing that religion? Are you giving back like you are required to? Are you conversing with God daily? That is spirituality. It is too personal. And that's why I call this personal development plan. So, what are advantages of goal setting? It triggers new behaviors. If you follow a plan for 21 days, new behaviors will have been built. It helps you with greater focus, greater direction. You know where you are going. And every day you are focusing on that journey. It also increases productivity. And you have a high level of motivation. And it helps you push further and faster because you are breaking certain small goals. And when you see how you did yesterday or how you did in the last quarter, what you have done up to now, tomorrow is November, you will be happy to push further to ensure that you finish strong. If you had annual goals for this year. So make sure that if you haven't written your goals, write them down. It's never too late to start new behaviors. Clarity is key when you are setting goals. And it is knowing exactly what you want. Clarity is power. And you are daily reflecting and scoring. How have I done? On a scale of 0 to 10, where am I on this? Would I have done this better? Only you know. Then follow and record positive emotions. We don't want to focus on negativity here. Deep dive into all areas of your life. And that's why I looked at the wheel of life. And it's not cast on stones. You could do it differently based on the things that are important to you. Parting short, what you get by achieving your goals is not even as important as what you become achieving those goals. That's a statement by Zig Ziglar. So if you are working on your goals, you become a better person, not only by focusing on the goals themselves, but also the person that you are turning into. You have worked hard. You are working hard. You are tracking the goals that you have set. So make sure that going forward, you have written goals for all aspects of your life. Thank you and see you in my next live stream.